Hey, ReMar nurses, it is the night before our big day tomorrow. Tomorrow is the test anxiety workshop, So if you know that you have issues with this experience, if you know you get very nervous, you get very anxious about how you will perform on exams, then this is a workshop that you need to be at. And the workbook is out. So here's my binder that I created for myself. Do you have it printed out? You need it. Hearts on the screen if you are attending this test anxiety workshop. It is going to be life-changing for some of you guys. And the reason why I say that is because the interventions that I'm going to be telling you about will actually help you even now studying. If you're studying for Nclex, you will find these things that we will go over to be very important. Now, if you don't have your workbook yet and you're debating whether I'm going to print it out or not, yes, you need to print it out, okay? And I just made a binder because you guys know I'm type A with some stuff, but it's a lot of stuff. I mean, we're going to go over the myths. See, I started my notes already. Like, this is how I get it. And this is a free workbook. This workbook is free when you sign up for the event. You guys know how to sign up for it. You go to remarnurse.com/anxiety. And so it's 2 p.m. tomorrow Eastern time. I will be going live. It's actually a live video. And like I said, we are going to talk about what test taking anxiety is. All right. And there's all my sloppy notes. Also, all right. And we're also going to be going over the different myths about test taking anxiety. So important because people live their life and they cater their whole Nclex experience based off of a lot of myths, especially when it comes to test taking anxiety. You guys know that. But more importantly, this page right here, assessing your test anxiety. Oh my goodness. This is what I don't want you to miss. And this is a 2-day it's a 2-day boot camp, but the first day is super important because you will actually take these 2 exams and you will know whether you have physical anxiety or emotional anxiety. And so these are very common experiences that a lot of my nursing students, they email me, they say, Regina, I knew the content, I studied the virtual trainer, I studied it, and I still did not pass Nclex. I got so nervous, I couldn't forget, I couldn't remember, I forgot everything. And so this is something that I'm planning as a supportive measure for the ReMar nurses. And I even invited other nurses to come to this event. Like, I went live in the U World group. And I know that, some Nclex reviews will just tell you, they'll just say, just do 100 questions, and you're good, right? Or they will say, just I shouldn't say that. They will say, master our decision tree. Know these strategies. Memorize these things and you are good for Nclex. But what I'm telling you is that you can study content and you can do 1,000 questions in a question bank and still fail Nclex. You want to know how? Because on the day of the exam, you are so afraid to fail that you cannot perform to your best ability. And that happens over and over and over and over again. And, the other Nclex reviews and, even your nursing instructors or nursing exams, because this test anxiety, it starts in nursing school. It starts before nursing school for some of us, right? But nursing school really, the people who experience anxiety, this is what I've come to know. The people who experience test anxiety really are serious students. And the reason why they have so much anxiety is because they want to do well. They want to pass Nclex. If you don't care how you do, you don't have test anxiety. If you could care less whether you get a passing score or a failing score, there's no anxiety needed. Okay. The people who have test anxiety are the ones who are honestly trying to pass Nclex. They are giving it their all. And that is why they're having this abnormal response to the situation. And that's what anxiety is, guys. It's having an abnormal reaction to a very normal situation, right? We're taking an exam. We're just taking an exam. So why is your heart racing, right? Why are you paralyzed? Why do you have an upset stomach? You're just taking an exam, right? And so we're going to get into it. We're going to get into it because that's what we do here. ReMar, you're part of the family. We have these honest conversations, right? And so if you want to pretend like you don't struggle with this, it's all good, right? But on the day of the exam, it will show up. It will show up. And so I want to give you guys things to do now to get over that hump, right? Because it is preventing a lot of people from being successful in areas of their life because you don't know how to control it. And that's totally normal. I cannot say that enough. Test anxiety is normal. It's normal. All right. It's just, how do we deal with it? How do we deal with it? Because there are ways for us to do this. There's ways for us to do it. We got to start now while we're studying, because the test exam is coming up fast for a lot of you guys. And so I really want you to join the way that you sign up for it. If you have not already, who has not signed up for this? The way you sign up for it is going to remarnurse.com/anxiety. And you'll get my cool workbook, right? Test Anxiety Bootcamp. And I do want you to print it out. I really do. I want you to print it out and take this course seriously, because at the end of the day, when you learn these techniques, you're able to pass them on. And that's what I expect from all of my ReMar nurses, is that we have a funnel of students that we're teaching and we're making them better. Test anxiety is something that we're going to beat. We are going to beat it tomorrow. 2 p.m. Eastern time is when the live workshop begins. I hope you can make it. Whatever else you have going on, let's prioritize this, okay? Because I'm tired of getting those emails. I'm tired of them where it's just like, I don't know what to do this time. I want to be able to, and I know when you guys see the testimonials and nursing students like, oh, it was easier than I thought, or whoo, it was so easy. You want that experience. And I want that experience for you guys. The exam doesn't have to be easy, but I don't want you guys freaking out. I don't want the freaking out. All right. I want I had it. I felt in control. That's what I'm always telling you guys. It's your exam. You scheduled the day. You know what the exam is all about. So we should not be having this abnormal response where we feel like we're going to die. Okay? Because we're not. We're not. Is this exam important? Yes. Is it life or death? No. Right? And so how can we show up with the feeling that no matter what question pops on the screen, I'm still in control. I'm still in control. You have to have that mentality, because what I'm preparing you guys for is the real life, right? When you are in there with a student, wouldn't be a student. When you're in there with a patient, and the patient is afraid, the patient is having an MI, the patient is having chest pain, and they look to you and they say, am I gonna be all right? Right? You do not need to say, I don't know, I'm so scared, I get anxious, and you begin to make it about you. I've seen it. Seasoned nurses will look at a patient who is literally on the cusp of dying and say, I can't handle this type of stress. Let me call the doctor. We cannot do that. That is the wrong response, right? So we have to be able to look that patient in the eye, just like we look that exam in the eye, and we say, I will be here. Good or bad, I'm going to be here. We're going to figure this out together, right? You have to be able to do that. And so it's a part of, you know, being able to maintain control. We got to get over this test anxiety. Okay, we got to get over this test taking anxiety. And so that is what we'll be doing tomorrow. I won't lecture you guys anymore about the real world. We'll have a real world session some other time. But get your workbooks out. Sign up for it. It's coming tomorrow. I still have a lot of prep work to do. It is very late still. And so I'm going to go do my prep work. But I will see you guys tomorrow. Remember, you can, you will, and you must pass Nclex.